Welcome to the Battle Zone!
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is a semi-final match in a one-night fight for 5 tournament. Introducing first, making his way to the ring from Brooklyn, New York, representing the New Classic. He is the only Animated Wrestling League 5-star champion, the Suplex Master, Sammy.
That's right, wrestling fans. It is a one-night, 4-man tournament, and we're calling it a fight for 5 because while right now the best 4 for the Grand Championship is full, we're going to need an extra man at the season finale. I'll talk more about that as we go through this one-night tournament, but we're starting off with our only ever 5-star champion, meaning he's held all 5 championships available to men in this company. And now, a monster.
And his opponent, making his way to the ring from the laboratory, representing the Atomicos, Project Tetsu 3.0.
A former AWL Grand and Tag Team Champion. The Augments. This is going to be a battle of man versus machine, and man looking to get a head start here under the cover of darkness. Cut the music, cut the music. Project Tetsu getting jumped by Sammy Nix. Sammy Nix, a Season 0 original, going all the way back to the very beginning of the Animated Wrestling League, inverted vertical suplex, and I think the idea of jumping the gun on the monster, on the metal monstrosity that is Project Tetsu, the Iron Project of Dr. Jigoku and the Augments, that may have been a mistake as he's getting rolled over, Sammy Nix is. The referee has not rung the bell. This is not a BTW rules match. This is AWL rules. Both men need to get into the ring, I believe, before the referee, and that is senior official Joey Baba Ganoush of the famous Baba Ganoush wrestling family, thankfully, with the call here. He knows the rules better than anybody. Snapmare right into that metal knee. This is ridiculous. They got to get into the ring or this match is going to be thrown out. And one man's in the ring now, the monster. And finally, both of them, the official can ring the bell. He calls for it. 10 minutes on the clock, standard AWL rules in effect. Singles match, 10-minute time limit. In the tournament final, whenever that happens to be, we will have, it's going to be either the main event tonight or it might just be up next. I don't know. Depends if this goes to a time limit draw. Cover here. It's going to be a very short match. And the match time is going to be highly deceptive here, given the damage done to the Suplex Master on the outside. Including getting a suplex of his own. Spine Buster! From the man that I don't think has a human spine anymore. Like I said, one-night tournament. The main event of the evening will be the grand final of that tournament. And the winner will essentially become the number 5 rank in the AWL Best 4. Does that make sense? No. Will it make sense at the end of the evening? Yes. And we've got plenty of other action for you tonight. Coming up, the second semi-final match. And that is going to be Kid Canada versus Hebitsukai. So one of the 4 men on the screen right now will be in the title picture. We've got a massive Atomicos match. Factions uniting in action tonight. And Joshi tag team action as well. Plenty to watch, plenty to enjoy here in the Animated Wrestling League. This is AWL Strong and Free, episode 116, coming to you from a sold-out AWL Battle Zone in the Greater Toronto area. Right hand, and now they're legally on the outside. Of course, the referee has begun the 20 count. AWL rules in effect, as I said, 20 count on the outside. Disqualifications, though, also in effect, so both wrestlers are going to have to be careful here. You can advance to the finals of an AWL tournament via disqualification or countout. Of course, in the event of a double countout, double disqualification, or a time limit draw, the second semifinal will be elevated to main event final status which just kind of would kind of defeat the purpose of the tournament, but whatever. At the 8, oh, wait a minute, going for the Tetsu driver, no, goes for the German, and links it to the Dragon Suplex, trying the Chimeraplex, the incredibly advanced programming, absorbing the technique of his opponent, but only to get a 2 count, little AI hallucination there. The diabolical Dr. Jigoku will be donning the power armor and competing in the ring a little bit later tonight. Elbow drop from the top. As the Augments will face off, will join up with the Monster Union against House Classic, Lee Masters, the tag team partner of Sammy Nix, and the Arab American Dream Hassan, the tag team partner of one of the other competitors in this one-night, 4-man single elimination tournament. At the main event, we already know who's going to be challenging for the AWL Grand Championship, and the AWL Commissioner has a plan, but he needs 4 qualified contenders other than the man who's actually challenging for the championship. You might see why, you might guess why. We will explain that as we go. There's the real 3-headed monster, the Chimeraplex. Move that won him the New Year's tournament many years ago now. Sammy Nix trying to pull his opponent away from the ropes, but that could be the difference between victory and defeat. 1, 2, gets a hand under the rope and gets a shoulder up. Belt and suspenders defensive strategy programmed into the Iron Project of Dr. Jigoku. Boot to the thigh there, looking for, I think, a sidewalk slam. Nails it. Vintage, dare I say. Project Tetsu 3.0. That means multiple upgrades to his systems over the years. Whereas Sammy Nix, 20 years of bumps, including the Tetsu Doraiba! He's Satowaza Tetsu driver. 1, 2, 3, 4 minutes and 15 seconds, the official time of the fall, but that does not count all the action happening on the outside of the ring. But in the ring, it was a dominant performance by Project Tetsu. Good grief, that
Here's
Tetsu
your
driver.
winner and advancing to the finals, Project Tetsu. Project Tetsu 3.0.
I forgot he could do that when Dr. Jigoku doesn't have him on a tight leash. So we now know that the Iron Project will be facing one of these 2 men. Well, one's a snake and one is, let's say, a Canadian.
The following contest is scheduled for 1 fall, and it is a semi-final match in the one-night Fight for 5 tournament. Introducing first, making his way to the ring from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. He is the most Canadian man in the world. Canada!
He has maple syrup in his veins, and he crepes poutine. He's also partial to ketchup chips. He's the most Canadian man in the world. Kid Canada with a massive opportunity. The AWL Commissioner took the top 4 wrestlers in terms of win-loss records who are either not champion or not in the best 4 to make this tournament.
And his opponent, making his way to the ring, representing Monster Union. He is 1/2 of the reigning Atomicos Wrestling League World Tag Team Champions, the Serpentine Sensation, Hebitsukai.
Does the word backup plan, or the phrase backup plan, hold any meaning for you? Well, it should. We already know that King Akira of the Monster Union is the #1 contender to the AWL Grand Championship. Hebitsukai thrown into this match, approved by the despicable Ophidian the Cobra. His partner, his master in the snake style, his partner in the Den of Serpents, fellow tag team champion, put into this situation by Ophidian as the backup plan in case King Akira is unable to defeat Matt Classic 2 at the season finale, then next season, possibly Hebitsukai will be waiting in the wings, another shot at the most prestigious prize in all of animated wrestling, dare I say all of professional wrestling, the AWL Grand Championship indeed. Viva Monster Union from the Loyal Soldier, the Serpentine Sensation. Once again, 10 minutes on the clock and both men starting in the ring this time. What a nice change of pace. Bang the gong, the match is on. Lariat by Hebitsukai, the snake user, roughly translated from Japanese. And he is, of course, a user, a practitioner of the ever-deadly snake style, alongside his master Ophidian, who is the master of snake style. 9 minutes and 38 seconds, plenty of time. 10-minute time limit. Now, in the event of a time limit draw, then Project Tetsu will be the number 5 rank in the AWL Best 4. That doesn't make any sense. But one, the commissioner has a plan. I've not been informed of all the details, but I do know it requires there to be a top 5 for one of the few times in the AWL history. We usually use our top 4 system, our best 4. The AWL Best 4. Oh, of course, right there with that Dogagiri, with the Cobra Venom. A minute into the match and you're pulling out the Venom. 1, 2, but somehow, and he's got those eye holes in the mask. He should be vulnerable to this. To Harris does not connect. Drop down. And Canadian Crunch! The Canadian Crunch for the 1, 2. Shoulder up just in time. Fight forever. They've been fighting for about a minute and a half. What are you people doing? I love wrestling fans, but sometimes I hate wrestling fans. Left hands there to escape. Hebitsukai is somewhat ambidextrous in his wrestling style. Looking for the DDT, hits it, and you will believe a Canadian can bleed. The mask will provide either some protection or possibly will trap the blood in the eyes of the most Canadian man in the world. Referee getting nowhere near the 20 count on that one, thankfully, in my opinion. Take a look at some of the records going into this. Hebitsukai face. Oh, and again for the second thing, he got the arms up. He got the arms up, able to shield his eyes, felt it coming, responds with a full vertical suplex. And that's what made Kid Canada the 4th AWL Grand Slam champion. And I think the only male Grand Slam champion to do so without winning the New Year's tournament. He has held the Grand Championship, the Tag Team Championship, the Intercontinental Championship, and the Canadian National Championship. That's the 4 Grand Slam. All he needs is to actually win the New Year's tournament, the Oshogatsu Taikai, and he will become the 2nd 5-star champion, alongside Sammy Nick, who unfortunately has already lost tonight. Great reversal by Hebitsukai. And into the snake bite. Hebitsukai, the only reigning champion in this tournament. 1, 2, carrying that Tag Team Championship belt to the ring. I will say he's also a former Intercontinental champion as well. Has never held the Canadian title, though. That would have made him a Triple Crown champion. And Canadian Crunch for the 2nd time. Dives into the cover. Very little wasted motion, too. About 2.5 there with 6 minutes and 23 seconds on the clock. All 4 wrestlers that we've seen in this tournament have been eager. They know if they win, they're going to have to wrestle a 2nd time tonight. Is he going to fly? Tope Suicida cross body block. 6 minutes, 5 seconds. Leg sweep by the Snake. Cannot win the match on the outside, but you could hypothetically lose it. Springboard drop kick out of nowhere. That Snake style. Strike first, strike fast, strike hard, no mercy. And that is exactly what the Snake has been doing. He is coiled, he is ready to strike. Can the Canadian counter? Yes, he can with the gut wrench suplex. And he's looking for maybe another Canadian crunch here, I think. Yes, he is. He thought there was a Canadian crunch. Third time's the charm. 1, 2, 3. And that is it. Kid Canada versus Project Tetsu 3.0. That's your main event tonight. And that Dogu Giri, I think that first one did connect. The second one did not. He was able to shield his eyes. And the first of not one, not two, but 3 Canadian crunches to counter that one snake bite. There's the second. There's the third Canadian crunch.
Here is your winner, advancing to the final, Kid Canada!
But here's the $1 million Canadian question. Has Canada blown all of his energy? Does he have the gas tank for the main event? Stay tuned. We're going to find out. Moving over to the tag team division right now, the Joshi tag team division. The Unholy Alliance in a must-win scenario, in my opinion. The Monster Union's female component. The Unholy Alliance. Cats and dogs wrestling together. It is Mad Hysteria. But they are also both in the Botsamania danger zone, and there's only one way out for them right now.
The following tag team contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, making their way to the ring. They are the #1 ranked in the AWL Best 4. Representing Monster Union, the tag team combination of Necomystery and together they are the Unholy Alliance.
And if they do not win the Animated Wrestling League Joshi Tag Team Championship before the season finale, they will both be in that career-threatening Botsamania match. All champions are immune from Botsamania. And the Unholy Alliance, they are the last contenders of the season. We call the end of the AWL season the busy time for the tag teams, and that is because we try to clear the board. All of the AWL Best 4 get their championship matches before the end of the season so that we can reset without screwing anybody out of a title shot that they, frankly, properly earned. The last contenders of the season up against, tonight, one of the most dominant tag teams in recent memory.
And their opponents making their way to the ring from the Wasteland. The tag team combination of the non-binary Nightmare, Max the Impaler, and Heidi Howitzer. Together they are the Wasteland War Party. Before the coming of the Black Tigers, they were one of the most dominant Joshi Tag Team Champions of all time. The Non-Binary Nightmare, a former Unified National Wrestling Alliance television champion. They stormed onto the scene here in the Animated Wrestling League a couple of seasons ago, but unfortunately just have not found that tag team success as of late. So both of these teams looking to make a comeback in the final days of Season 24. Bang the gong, the match is on. And a nasty front suplex by the Non-Binary Nightmare. They make the tag to their partner, Heidi Howitzer. Nekomusume landing on her feet, or at least getting back to her feet very, very quickly. And, oh! German suplex turning the Cat Girl inside out and upside down. Bang! Good grief. Okay, this might have been a bad idea. Gut wrench, falling gut wrench suplex as well. One. But Nekomusume showing some fighting spirit here. The Japanese yokai, Nekomusume, the cat daughter, roughly what that translates to. In big trouble, needs to get to the powerhouse that is Wild Thing, and uh-oh, here they come.
Max the Impaler has had success in the United States, Japan, all around the world, including here in the Animated Wrestling League. But off of the ropes, the feline agility. Again, the tag denied. Neko Musume making a big mistake trying to hit a German suplex on Max the Impaler. I would, however, give the Cat Daughter the advantage in the agility department, but Max has the power. So what is this going to be? Looking for a Juji Gatame. Can she extend the arm? Hyperextend the elbow? No, she cannot. Max the Impaler, they roll into a dominant position, into the plus position, in order to get out of that. Could have been a very dangerous situation. Speaking of dangerous situations, now that we're on the outside of the ring, those metal bike racks we use as crowd barricades. Oh, they build up a head of steam, but do not connect. Face first into that rounded ring post. It's difficult for that to bust you open, but it can. And boom. STO, Space Tornado Ogawa. And a variation of the Canadian Crunch. Up to the 6 out of 20. 20 count on the outside, of course. This is our only 2-on-2 tag team match tonight. We still have our Atomicos, our all-star Atomicos match coming up. And of course, in the main event, we now know it will be Project Tetsu 3.0 versus Kid Canada. The winner enters the AWL title picture. I think that's probably the best way to describe that. We will have a complete explanation as for what the future of the Grand Championship picture is at the end, by the end of the night tonight. My sources in also known as the people in my headset, have been telling me that the commissioner is going to reveal all of this. Neko Musume perching. And finally, for the first time in the contest, here comes the werewolf, the lethal lycanthrope, the hardcore furry. Not to catch here, and up, down, and bang, boom. Oh! A Warhammer-like lariat from the non-binary Nightmare. Gut wrench. Power bomb. Good grief. 1, 2. The referee sees it. Rope break, invalidating the cover. Max does not look happy, but there's nothing they can do about it. Collar and elbow, vertical suplex position. They go for the front suplex yet again. That's smart, because if you go for the full vertical, you wind up still leaving your feet. And Max the Impaler, they have a wrestling style. They don't want to leave their feet if they can avoid it. Certainly not of their own accord. Tag made back to Neko Musume. And what I love about the Unholy Alliance of the Monster Union, they are so different as individual wrestlers that they give you a completely different match. They completely change the configuration of the bout with every single tag that happens. You have a team, a bookend tag, they kind of cover here. 1, you have a bookend tag team like Max the Impaler and Heidi Howitzer, the Wasteland War Party. They tend to be very similar to each other. There are differences.
10 remain.
There are differences, but you're essentially getting steamrolled the entire match. There's not that much variety in the offense. Now, they have found great success with this, innovating the Wasteland War match, innovating the Wasteland Scrap Cage, the Scrap Trap Cage, taking the level of hardcore in the Animated Wrestling League to a new level, something that the Black Tigers only built upon, expanded, in my opinion, corrupted once they took over the Joshi division and, frankly, the Danshi division as well. Max the Impaler, they are not usually a top rope wrestler. Murder drop. 1, 2, no. Close, but no cigar. I don't know if they smoke cigars. I certainly hope they don't. It's a filthy habit. Down to 9 minutes now on the clock out of the original 15-minute time limit, as we always have in non-title tag team matches. Now, I'll point out, in this situation, there is still one slot in the best four. One tag team championship match before the end of the season. Right now, that is set to be the Unholy Alliance. But a victory tonight by the Wasteland War Party, that could change it. The AWL Commissioner does not like when ranked tag teams, even if there's only one ranked tag team, loses to unranked tag teams. So this could, it's not a number one contenders match, but it could be in a de facto way if the Commissioner decides to be strict about it. That could be the situation. Grab by the head, got them on the ropes. Knife edge chop, and now using the ring itself as a weapon. An illegal hold, but knockdowns for immediate disqualification. Smart wrestling, I hate to say it, by Neko Musume, the cat daughter of the Monster Union. Less than 8 minutes on the clock now. Oh, military press slam. That is the power of the Impaler. And they are only able to get the 1 count. Legal combatants are currently Max the Impaler and Neko Musume. That's how we started this contest. And that's been the majority of the match. Neither team has been able to keep their opposite number in the ring for more than like half a minute or so. Neko Musume having to win this, desperate for the tag, and there it is, power on power now, as the Lethal Lycanthrope, fighting out of Transylvania, walks right into the power bomb, and walks right through it, landing on their back paws. Single leg takedown, also known as just charging head first into your opponent. Tag made to Heidi Howitzer, the fresh woman. Looking for the end, Hisatsuwaza. Lycanthrope! 1, 2, but way too fresh. Heidi Howitzer had way too much time on the apron to relax here, and the canine headbutt. Tag is made again. Now, does Heidi Howitzer realize she is now fighting Neko Musume? I think she does. That sort of element of surprise, even when you've got these odd couple tag teams, that's limited. You get like 1 attack when you do that, if that. Neko Musume going up, Max the Impaler, they are right there, but unable to do anything. Elbow drop from the top. Might be setting up for the catatonic here. No. Quick escape there by Heidi Howitzer. Oh, spin kick right to the stomach. Into the cover, a cover of opportunity. 1. Max the Impaler, they are way too fast. They don't look like they should be, but they are. 5.5 minutes remaining approximately. A couple of hard shots, and down with the kick. Oh, snapping! Snapping with the educated back paws. And they say the cat always lands on her feet. This is the perfect landing, and it is a perfect finish with the knock out. Max the Impaler dominated this match. Neko Musume got her tail kick. I'd say about 95% of that contest. But a late rally by the Monster Union ended this victory.
Monster Union presents the Unholy Alliance!
And it is official. Next week, the last Joshi Tag Team Championship bout of the season. Great White North defending against the Unholy Alliance, and it will be career-threatening. All-star Atomicos 8-man tag team action. What more do you want in this life?
The following contest is an Atomicos match, scheduled for 1 fall.
And we have a case of some unusual bedfellows, the forces of evil, uniting in a rare combination.
Introducing first, representing Monster Union, the #1 contender to the Anime Wrestling League Grand Championship, King Akira, and the leader, the Venice, Vile, Serpent of the Nile, Ophidian!
It has been a mixed night for the Monster Union thus far. At the season finale, Mac Classic 2 will be defending the AWL Grand Championship against King Akira in a battle of the living versus the dead. Ophidian will guide his massive, mummified monster into the ring. Ophidian, already one half of the Animated Wrestling League World Tag Team Champions. He would love to control the Grand Championship as well, and I do mean control with an iron coil. As I said, mixed night for the Monster Union so far. We just saw an impressive victory, a necessary victory by the Unholy Alliance of Neko Musume and Wild Thing. Unfortunately, the backup plan, Hebitsukai, failed to advance in the one-night Fight for 5 tournament. Blue going down to Kid Canada, who will be in our main event, which is next. This is your semi-final bout of the evening. Ophidian, wheels within wheels, one of the bigger schemers, certainly here in AWL, strong and free, but here comes the other, the bad doctor of professional wrestling.
And their partners, making their way to the ring from the laboratory, Jigoku Destroy, and his creator, wearing his power armor, Dr. Jigoku. Together they represent the Ultimates.
Created in preparation for the King of Trios tournament this year, that power armor of Dr. Jigoku allows him to step into the ring for the first time in a long career here in the Animated Wrestling League. He actually gets involved in the action. Not his usual milieu, I will grant you. Dr. Jigoku is an individual. This is only his 4th wrestling match. He is 2-1. Jigoku Destroy, an impressive 143 wins to only 87 losses. Ratio of an incredible plus 56. Subete, Jigoku Hakase no Tameni. He is supremely loyal. It is all for Dr. Jigoku. Jigoku Destroy, the Bad Doctor's prize experiment. The only experiment he's put his own name on. And here comes the family of champions.
And their opponents, introducing first, making his way to the ring from the smoke-filled arenas of yesteryear. He is the inventor of professional wrestling and a Mac Classic. And his son, making his way to the ring from the independent circuit. He is the innovator of professional wrestling and the reigning Animated Wrestling League Grand Champion, Mac Classic 2. Together they are House Classic.
It has been made official. The champion must defend the title against the monster. Already, King Akira with a victory over the father, Mac Classic Sr. And tonight, one of Mac Classic Sr.'s students has the chance to avenge that.
And their partners, introducing next, making his way to the ring from Minneapolis, Minnesota, by way of Las Vegas, Nevada. He is one half of the new Classic, the technical wizard, Lee Masters.
Lee Masters, a Season 0 original here in the Animated Wrestling League. One of the original Technicos brought together by Mac Classic Sr. to celebrate technical wrestling in the Animated Wrestling League. His partner, unfortunately, not advancing to the tournament finals tonight, but this man's tag team partner certainly did.
And their partner, making his way to the ring from New York City, New York. He is the Arab of American Dream,
Hassan, a Grand Slam champion in his own right here in the Animated Wrestling League. One of the best we have ever had. He enters this match a member of the 100 Win Club, and unfortunately a 100 Loss Club as well. 122 wins, 108 losses, ratio of plus 14. That means that this is his 131st match in the Animated Wrestling League. A tag team expert, if ever there was one, you'll be right at home in this Atomicos environment, albeit with somewhat unusual tag team partners. In fact, he's never teamed with any of the other three on his side. Bang the gong, the match is on. 20 minutes on the clock for an Atomicos contest. One fall to a finish. First pinfall, first submission will end the match. We have disqualifications and countouts in effect as well. Extended time limit because with so many people to potentially break up pinfalls. Anything could happen here, and we're starting off with a preview of the AWL Grand Championship match at the season finale. Matt Classic 2. His father looking on, one of his father's best students looking on as well. Tag made to the new guy in the Technicos, the new, not exactly a member of the family, but certainly a Season 0 original. Greatly respected by the AWL fanbase and the locker room as well. And delivering a lot of damage to the #1 contender. This is a feeling out process for champion and challenger. Chance to observe each other in the ring, chance to face each other. And look at that, he goes right after the grand champion. King Akira knows his marching orders from the venomous, vile Serpent of the Nile of Phidian. DDT by Hassan, risking a disqualification 5 count. The referee with a bit of a long whistle here. Senior official Joey Baba Ganoush of the famous Baba Ganoush wrestling family, only now giving you that DQ 5 count. Champion with plenty of time to get out of the way. 20 count on the outside. I don't think there's going to be a ring out. Not this early, not this easy. As King Akira rises from the underworld. And down goes Dr. Jigoku. And that makes me happy on the inside just to see that. Right now, King Akira with nobody to tag. Unfortunately, Hassan turns his back just for a second too long. Over the top. Down he goes. Heel toss. Right hand. With the story of Muhammad Hassan being told on the most recent season of Dark Side of the Ring, Hassan, the AWL's Hassan, showing himself as a bit of a counter to that. Paradigm shift from the Arab American babyface. Honestly, that's where the Hassan character came from, was watching the original Muhammad Hassan vignettes where his whole gimmick was, hey, I'm an American, I'm getting treated like crap post 9/11. Can we maybe not be complete assholes here? And then, unfortunately, watching WWE turn into the skid to create the Muhammad Hassan character as he became, ruining a lot of potential to say something good in wrestling, I decided if they're not going to do it, I will, on my extremely limited platform. It is broken down here. Your legal combatants right now, Matt Classic Sr. and Ophidian. And Matt is very smartly standing between Ophidian and his own corner. And the leg drop, that's a match ender in his day. Matt Classic, of course, been wrestling since 19-whatchamacallit. He is, I believe, the oldest active professional wrestler in the world. Was retired for quite a while. Actually, originally retired at AWL 100. So over 300 episodes ago, close to 400 episodes now, came out of retirement to help his son. And it's worked. His son's the Grand Champion, a title he has also held. Off of the ropes, here's Ophidian, up and a guillotine leg drop. We know Ophidian, he likes to make the good old-fashioned sacrifice. Sacrificing the father to attack the son. Taharis, Osirian facebuster. Into the cover. One. No, broken up immediately by the Arab American Dream, Hassan. It can be a little hard to tell what's going on here from this unusual camera angle that we're kind of stuck with at the moment. Couple of hard shots coming in now. Up and full body slam. And yes, this man has won matches in his career with the body slam. Matt Classic Sr. Exactly 100 wins in his AWL career. Looking to go for 101 tonight. 65 losses, ratio of plus 35. His son only at plus 29 with a career record of 84 and 55. Ophidian with a Huracanrana bomb. Digging into Ophidian's own Lucha Libre upbringing with that Lucha Canrana bomb with the Giant of the Augments as the other half of the situation of the tag Kogeki. Champion and father in serious trouble here, and the student desperate to make a tag to his sensei, and the official trying to get some kind of control here. 1 in, 3 out. Those are the rules. And we've been wondering, at least I've been wondering, how are the Monster Union and the Augments going to work together? Right now, we saw the one good tag Kogeki, but they seem to be operating on different wavelengths. As up and down with a power bomb, a modified version of the Titanabomb. Before the referee can even get into position, that is broken up by the AWL Grand Champion, Dr. Jigoku, not trusting the King of Trios tournament to anybody else. He builds that power armor to give him the ability. That is not a trained professional wrestler. That is an evil mad scientist nerd who shouldn't be able to hang even with Matt. Classic German suplex into a lariat, almost a version of a Rainmaker. 1, 2. Sure, of course he's going to rip people off. Why the heck not? Man hasn't had an original thought outside of the laboratory in 10 years. Couple of hard shots there by the legend, by the veteran, and he tags in his student, realizes his son, the Grand Champion, is exhausted. And a kick right to the face by Lee Masters. I love that. Hassan in now. Long history of respect between the new classics and the various tag teams involving the Arab American Dream, Hassan. They've traded the tag team titles back and forth back in the days when he was teaming with American Beetle of Kaiju Big Battle as the All-Americans. Now, of course, with T49P, Team 49 Parallel, Hassan's tag team partner Kid Canada in your main event up next for the AWL Fight for 5 one-night tournament final. And there's a massive lariat coming off of the ropes. 1, 2, maybe taking advantage of the fact that Dr. Jigoku, an inexperienced in-ring competitor. The AWL commissioner does have the announcement to make. That's going to be as part of our next match. We know that King Akira is scheduled to make his challenge at the season finale. For some reason, the commissioner wants 4 additional qualified potential contenders. I can only speculate at this point. Supernova counter. And to the aeroplane spin. He's won matches with this as well. The deadly Hisatsuwaza aeroplane spin. Is he going to go? Yes, he's going to go the other direction. He picks a spot on the horizon, tries to focus. But at his age, he's going to be a bit dizzy coming out of that. Can he convert it? Yes, he can. Into the cover. Can Jigoku break it up? Yes. Jigoku destroy the mad scientist's greatest creation. Just ask him. Not a creation at all. A brainwashed cyborg slave. But right now, the bad doctor about to eat a tag Kogeki. Oh, right into the boot. Right into the stank that is the feet of Lee Masters. Of course, Lee Masters Tag made to Ophidian, leader to leader, a desperate tag, I think, there. Takedown, double leg takedown into the ground and pound position. He's got the plus position, he's in the mount. And there is nothing the rest of the Rudos can do about it. Tag made to the Grand Champion. The tag team champion going for that Ophidian death grip. He likes to transition it down onto the ground these days. Kicks away. Oh, and a knee strike. Dirty shot by Ophidian, but hell, what do you expect? Coming up on the 10-minute mark now, the halfway point of the time limit. Shoots the half. Pinfall over the Grand Champion. That could be significant. Even in this chaotic 4-on-4 Atomicos situation. And round and round and round he goes. Perfect body control and body agency, as always, from Ophidian. Halfway through the time limit. Those time calls announced to the ring as well. Over the house mic, so they know how much time they've got left. Running boot. Hassan is legal. Ophidian knocked for 6. He thought it was a paradigm shift, and it's a knockout. The Arab American Dream taking down the Snake with a paradigm shift, an arm break as well. The full body slam. I like when Ophidian gets beaten up a lot. That makes me feel happy.
Here we go, winner, the Masters of Bond, Matt Classic, and the Animated Wrestling League Grand Champion, Matt Classic 2!
Congratulations, I hope that portends well for the season finale. Main event time, Dr. Jigoku's Iron Project versus the most Canadian man in the world.
The following contest is your main event of the evening. It's scheduled for 1 fall, 1 submission or a knockout, and there must be a winner because it is the Fight for 5 One Night Tournament Final. Introducing first with his winner from the laboratory, representing the Organic, Project Tetsu. 3.0.
Project Tetsu 3.0 defeating Sammy Nix after an ill-advised jump start. Jumping out actually at about this point in his entrance. Fortunately, Hassan not out here, so that's not going to happen this time. Sorry, Kid Canada not out here, I should say. Hassan has gone back to the locker room, saying, no, I know I just wrestled a match, I know I'm tired, I know I just won a match, but I'm going to be in my partner's corner here. You'll notice the rest of the augments, nowhere to be seen. That could be the difference between victory and defeat. Project Tetsu, member of the 100 Win Club, 105 wins, 72 losses, ratio of plus 33, the 4th highest win-loss ratio in this branch of the league. Kid Canada at number 8 all time.
And his opponent being accompanied by Hassan, making his way to the ring from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. He is the most Canadian man in the world. Kid Canada!
Some say that he has the ability to telepathically summon attack teams, and that he refers to his genitalia as the Stanley Cup and Timbits. He is the most Canadian man in the world, and he has 93 wins in his AWL career. Not as good as 105, but these are still the creme de la creme of the league. Bang the gong, the tournament final main event is on. And I've just found out there's going to be a 4-way match. And it will be a number 1 contenders bout, interpromotional, or interbrand I should say. At the season finale, we're going to crown an undisputed number 1 contender to face either Mat Classic 2 or King Akira at the season premiere. Just been told it will be at the season premiere of Season 25. One-on-one for the AWL Grand Championship. So this match, this puts you one win away from a title shot. Bang! Dropping down the super heavyweight Project Tetsu. Now wait a minute, there must be a winner. And he's going for the most Canadian equalizer, the hockey stick. But the hockey stick, that is the superpower of Kid Canada. There's a Canadian with a hockey stick and he's fighting somebody. Also known as Thursday. Collar and elbow, Irish whip into the far corner. The hockey stick strategy does not pay off. Kid Canada firmly in control, empowered by the hockey stick, if you will. He may be from Calgary, but he's fighting here in Toronto. Go Leafs go, as they say. There's always next season, as they always say. Irish whip into the corner here. Hard shot by the Canadian to get out of it. Boom! Takes him down. Going for a modified neck breaker there, looking for the most Canadian move in the history of wrestling, the sharpshooter. Can he lock it in on such a giant frame? He's not sitting back. Didn't have the position, he had the arms right. He just couldn't shift his weight to get back into position. Cover on top of the hockey stick. A great insult to a Canadian. Lifting up the steel steps now. Round the back. Again, there must be a winner. There is no time limit here. We will stick with this match until its conclusion, wrestling fans. There's also no count out, no disqualification. However, falls only count inside that 20 by 20 foot AWL wrestling ring. Tournament final rules. There must be a winner. Belly to belly. No! Great STO. Space Tornado Ogawa takedown by the most Canadian man in the world. Of course, Canada, Japan, much like the AWL itself, a great linked lineage of professional wrestling. And, oh, good catch there. Project Tetsu trying to run Kid Canada over. Canada able to catch it. But those steel steps, they are hollow. Oh, there's the spear! Spear. Very Canadian spear. He's going to be looking for the Canadian Crunch or the Canadian Destroyer. The sharpshooter won't help you out here. Right now you're looking to do damage and then get your opponent back in the ring for the 1-2-3. Full vertical suplex by the machine, by the Augment. Project Tetsu, originally a washout trainee of the AWL dojo, taken in. Oh, a Canadian Crunch! A Canadian Crunch by Project Tetsu. His AI programming, adapting to the moveset a la Amazo. One. No, not this way. Not that. Oh, thank God. Thank you, God and Tim Horton. Collar and elbow tie-up. Looking for the power slap. No, he's going for the corner. He's looking snake eyes. Down into the cover. 1, 2, shoulder up. Before that final and fatal 3 count. Hard right hands on the outside. Knee drop right to the back. Trying to go for the chinks in the armor. Trying to go for any joint, any kind of physical weakness. I say with cyborgs, aim for the fleshy bits, but this guy, if he's got any human components left, they're entirely internal. He might be a full-on robot, sort of a wrestler of Theseus situation at this point. Up. Oh, atomic drop! Somehow that's not considered a low blow, but even if it were, that would be perfectly legal under the current rule set. Must be a winner, that means no disqualification. second time. And apparently he's got some humanoid organs left. Haymakers from the last master of the dungeon, one of the last graduates, alongside Tyson Kidd of the original Stu Hart dungeon. Bringing all of his knowledge, all of his experience in his 170th career AWL match. He is a Grand Slam champion of the Animated Wrestling League. Needs only to win the New Year's tournament next year in 2026 to become a 5-star champion. In fact, only he and Jessica Kidd need such a victory. Need a tournament victory to become Grand Slam. Couple of hard shots here. What are we looking at? No. Catches him. Project Tetsu. Great counter wrestling. Great blocks. Great captures. All throughout this match. No time calls, so we've got to be at like a 5-6 minute mark at this point. These two have been going full throttle. They know this gets you... First of all, this gets you booked on the season finale. Right now, neither of these two have a path to the finale. But this gets you booked on the biggest show of the season. And it gets you booked in a #1 contenders match for the AWL Grand Championship. I'll assume that would be a 4-way elimination match. I haven't been told specifically. Just that it will be a 4-man match. Oh! Russian leg sweep, or should I say Canadian leg sweep, into the bike rack. And by the way, when I went to see Maple Leaf Pro at, the Maple Leaf Gardens here in Toronto, they were using bike racks with cloth covers on them as the crowd barricade. That made me happy to know that we're being culturally accurate in our visuals here. I love this. Collar and elbow tie-up. You've got to get back in the ring. There's no time limit. This could go on all night. There is no excesivo de castigo rule in the Animated Wrestling League. That's, of course, something you see in Lucha Libre, Chikara, and Power Pro Lucha. The idea that if, in the opinion of the referee, a wrestler is not trying to win the match, but instead trying to hurt, cripple, or kill their opponent, they can be disqualified for excessive roughness. Abdominal stretch, an elevated abdominal stretch, stretching him like Stu would do. Hey kid, let me show you something. You hear those words, you know you're in for pain. You're not going to get the submission here, but you can overload the circuits, you can overload the hydraulics. As Project Tetsu 3.0 stumbling, but still on its feet. Returning to the ring, he's going under the ring again. What's he going for? He's going for an international equalizer, this time a baseball bat. He gets caught for the third time, the low blow. Sorry, the atomic drop, excuse me. Somehow it's not a low blow, I don't bloody know how. Stepping through, he's done a lot more damage this time. Can he get the positioning right? Yes, I think he can. Oh! There's no disqualification, but the rope break still invalidates the hold. Can't be disqualified for holding on to it, but Kid Canada, one of the good guys, he goes straight for it off of a body slam. Can he win off a body slam? Yes, he can! Kid Canada just won a professional wrestling match in 2025 with a body slam. Granted, huge amount of damage done, little bit of a sharpshooter. But, do we see it here? Yes, we do, the body slam. He thinks about doing something else, says, no, I'm going to go for it. And that puts him in the best 5.
Here's your winner,
Ladder match? Okay, nobody told me this. Okay, folks. Yes, at the season finale, Chiba Kagi, Shirokei Kitsune, Jigoku Destroy, Kid Canada, ladder match, #1 contendership. Next week, it's Monster Union versus the Great White North with Joshi Tag Team Championship. But we are done for tonight. Konede, Kimanida, please subscribe.